everyone, so for today's video we're going to be learning how to do the skipping pebbles pattern in the size 3 to 6 months. For this pattern we're going to need a size 4mm crochet hook, some scissors, tapestry needle, and a medium weight or worsted weight yarn. This is the Lion brand Wool Ease yarn in the color Sea Spray. So to start this video, we're going to create our slip knot, and we're going to do that by holding the yarn between our thumb and our index, and we wrap it around our thumb and our middle, and we're going to take our finger or crochet hook and pull the working end of the yarn through that loop that we created. Now for this pattern you're going to want to leave about a 6 to 8 inch tail, because that tail is going to be used to close up our hat towards the end of the video. So we're going to start off by making our foundation double crochet, and you're going to do that by chaining 3, and then we're going to wrap our yarn and insert our hook where I'm showing right here between that top stitch and the middle. You could also call that the back loop and the middle. So you're going to go ahead and make sure you yarn over, and then go ahead and insert your hook. Then you're going to pull up a loop. You can see there's 2 loops on your hook. So you yarn over and you're going to pull through. You're going to see that there's 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over, pull through the first loop. There's still 3 loops on your hook. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops, leaving 2 loops on your hook. Then you're going to yarn over again and pull through all 2 loops. So we just created 2 double crochet stitches. The first chain 3, as you can see there, counts as 1 double crochet, and the second one we just created. So now we're going to continue by yarning over. You're going to insert your hook into what appears to be a V when you're looking at it, and you're going to insert your hook under both of those loops, making sure to yarn over first. Now you're going to pull up a loop, or yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, again pull through 1 loop, leaving 3, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2 again. So again we're going to go, and you can see the V right there. So we're going to go into the second V, making sure to go through both loops. You're going to yarn over, insert our hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And this is how we're creating our foundation double crochet. So as you can see, we just created 4, and we're just going to continue doing that. So for size 3 to 6 months we're going to be doing 51 foundation double crochet, but for this tutorial purpose I'll only be doing 19. This will help me create this tutorial faster, so I'm not here all day. Okay, please understand. So now we're going to join our work in the round by taking our hook, inserting it into the 3rd chain of the chain 3, the top, going to yarn over, pull through both loops, and then pull through that first loop on your hook, which will then just give you 1 loop on your hook. So that is how we're going to join our work, and this is where the space is created, and that's how you're going to use that tail that I told you to leave in the beginning to go ahead and close up that opening. So now we're going to begin the next round by turning our work and chaining 2. So the next thing we're going to do is create our double crochets in the 3rd loop, and right here is where the third loops are. So I'm just using the crochet hook to help me show you, because it can be a little difficult to see. So that loop right there that looks a little hidden, that's the loop that you're going to be working in when I refer to the third loop. So you're going to go ahead and yarn over and create a double crochet as normal. Yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through one, yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two again. So you'll now just continue working your double crochets in third loop until the end of the round. And as you reach the end of the round, I will come back and show you what to do next. So what's going to happen when you get to the last third loop to create, it's not going to look as evident as the others. So it's going to be somewhere a little bit hidden. So just look for that area right there, or just find a place to put it and put your double crochet in it, and then finish the round by slip stitching into the top of the first double crochet that you created. The chain 2 that we create at the beginning of the round is not to make an individual stitch, but instead it's to give the double crochet that we do next the height it needs, so it's not shortened when we do create that double crochet. So right now you see that you're creating this ridged outer portion on the right side. So now to begin the next round, we're going to do the same thing, and we're going to double crochet in the third loop. But as you'll notice, your third loop is now facing the front, so you'll have to take your crochet hook and hook it from the back. So you're going to yarn over, insert your hook from the back, and then grab that third loop with your hook. And I really hope that you could see clearly what I'm doing, and then creating that double crochet. And what we're doing this round is creating another ridge for our hat. So you're just going to keep doing that until you reach the end of the round, and then we will end it as usual. So we're going to yarn over and create our last double crochet in the very last third loop of your project. So remember, we're doing size 3 to 6 months, so you should have 51 double crochets, and if you could do a quick count, that will help you keep on track rather than going along and then finding out later that your numbers are off. So go ahead and join your work as usual by slip stitching into the top of your first double crochet, pulling through those loops, and then pulling through the last, or I should say the first loop on your hook, and you will have one loop remaining. And this is how your project should look right now. So for our next round, we're going to be doing our double crochet clusters, and for this stitch we're going to again start by turning our work. We're going to chain 1, and then we're going to create a single crochet in that little space right there, and that space is created from when we slip stitch our work. Go ahead and do a single crochet, and now we're going to do our cluster, and we're going to do that by yarning over. We're going to insert our hook into the next double crochet space. We're going to pull up a loop. We're going to yarn over, pull through 2. Then we're going to go ahead and yarn over again, insert our hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. We should have 3 loops on our hook, yarn over again, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 again. Right now we have 4. Proceed by yarning over, insert our hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. We're going to have 5. And don't be tricked by that little snaggly yarn. And yarn over again, insert our hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And now we've accomplished our goals of getting 6 loops on that crochet hook. So the next thing that we're going to be doing is yarning over, and we're going to pull through all 6 loops on that hook, and then we're going to tug our work a little bit to pull that tightly, and that's what creates the cluster. And then we're going to proceed by single crocheting in the next double crochet stitch. Then we're going to go ahead and repeat that same process of creating 6 loops on our crochet hook, and then pulling through all 6 loops, tugging tightly to create our double crochet cluster. There we go. And then we single crochet in the next stitch. So we're going to continue doing that until we've reached the end of this round, and then I will come back with our next step. So at this point we are ending our round with the double crochet cluster, and it will appear that there's a space missing that needs a stitch. Do not be fooled. When we created our slip stitch, when we joined, it makes 2 spaces appear. So once you work in that front stitch, you do not need to work in the back one, just as once if you work in the back one, you do not need to work in the front one. So essentially it's just 1 stitch, and it creates 2 holes. This used to trick me all the time. Do not do like me and get tricked. Ignore it, okay? So when you finish your round, you will finish with just a single crochet. Do not let that space fool you. Do not work a double crochet cluster in there, okay? So we're going to finish up our round like the others, and we're going to slip stitch into the top of our single crochet stitch. So go ahead and do that, and then we are going to turn our work and start the next round. So as you can see here, what the slip stitch did was create those 2 stitches. What would appear to be 2 stitches, but it's actually 1. So now we're going to go ahead and do our double crochet by chaining 2 and then double crocheting in that little space that the slip stitch created. We're going to continue double crocheting in each single crochet and each cluster stitch all the way around. So continue doing that until you reach the end of the round, and again you will see that space that looks like it needs a double crochet. Don't be fooled. You could also just go ahead and do a quick count to make sure that you have the right amount of stitch if you're unsure. That way you don't accidentally put a stitch in there. So go ahead and slip stitch to join your work. And now we're going to be doing a half double crochet stitch, and we're going to start out by chaining 2, and then we're going to half double crochet in that little space there again. Hi little guy. It's been so overworked. We're going to pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the 3 loops on our hook. Okay, I'm gonna yarn over again, insert our hook under the 2 loops, and yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. And that, my friend, is a half double crochet, and that's what you're going to be doing all the way around until you reach the end of the round. So we've reached the end of our round of half double crochet, and there's that little bad boy that's trying to trick you. Don't let it. You're going to go ahead, ignore it, and slip stitch into the top of your first half double crochet stitch. And that, my friend, is how you do the base of this project. It is a repeat from here on between the 3rd loop, a double crochet cluster, a double crochet, and a half double crochet. That will all be in the project for you. So here is my 3 to 6 month size already pre-done with the 2 rows of repeats. So that row ended with a half double crochet, and now we can start our decrease. So we're going to turn our work, and we're going to be doing a decrease in the 3rd loop. Again, it is right in the back. It is slanted since we're doing it for the half double crochet rather than the double crochet. I want to make sure that you can see it. So I'm going to use this handy dandy hook and put it underneath so that it's very visible. Give it a little tug. Get the picture. Okay? So that's where we're placing our stitch, and it's a double crochet stitch that we're placing in there. So we're going to put a double crochet in that first space. It can be a little hard to get to because you have to turn your work and you have to really get it underneath there, but just give it a little wiggle. There we go. Okay, so we're going to do another 2 double crochet, and then we're going to do our decrease. So right now we have 2 because the chain 2 and the first one counts as 1, and then there's the second one. So we're going to do 1 more regular double crochet, and then we're going to decrease. So we're going to do that by yarning over, inserting our hook into the next 3rd loop, yarning over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, then we're going to yarn over, insert it into the next 3rd loop space, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and at the point where there's 3 loops on your hook, you're going to pull through all 3. So that is how you double crochet decrease, and the pattern is 3 regular double crochet and then 1 double crochet decrease, and you're going to end the round with 1 double crochet, and then we're going to slip stitch to join. So for our next round, we're going to turn our work, and then we're going to do some double crochet clusters. So we're going to first chain 1 for our single crochet stitch, and then we're going to single crochet in that little space that we've become so familiar with, and then we're going to create our double crochet cluster. You know how this works. Go into the same stitch until you have 6 loops on your hook. If you're unsure about this process, go back a little bit in the video where I go in depth on how to do the cluster. So now, as usual, we're going to end our row by slip stitching into the top of the first stitch, which was the single crochet. So now we're going to just do some double crochets, and if your clusters aren't popping out, just take your finger and push from the back and they will pop out for you. So really quickly, I want to show you how to do a double crochet cluster decrease. It will not be for this size, but it may be for other sizes in the pattern. So what you're going to do is do 2 in one space where there's 3 loops on your hook, and then you're going to do 3 in the next space to finish off the 6 loops on your hook, and then you're going to pull through all 6 loops on your hook. And that makes those 2 stitches become one using that cluster. So as you can see, those now just become 1 stitch, and then we single crochet in the next. So again, we yarn over, insert our hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2 again, leaving 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, and then there's our 6. And then our final yarn over, pull through 6, and that, my friend, is the double crochet, not double crochet, yes, is the double crochet cluster decrease. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do our regular clusters without any decrease, and then we'll meet back up at the end. So we've slip stitched to join, turn our work, chain 2 to start our round of double crochet, and we are double crocheting firstly in that small little space, and then put in 1 double crochet in each single crochet stitch and 1 double crochet in each double crochet cluster stitch. Basically, in every stitch you're going to be putting a double crochet, and we're going to do that all the way around and meet back at the end. So we're at the end of the round, and again, slip stitch to join, and we're going to turn our work, and we're going to do another decrease. This time it's going to be a half double crochet decrease, and it's fairly simple. We're going to start by first half double crocheting in the first 2 stitches. So this first stitch and the next stitch is going to be a regular half double crochet. And now we're going to half double crochet decrease. We're going to yarn over, insert our hook into the 3rd space, pull up the loop, yarn over, insert into the next space, pull up a loop again, yarn over, pull through all 5 loops on your hook. And that, my friend, is a half double crochet decrease. So you're going to go ahead and create 2 regular half double crochets over the next 2 stitches, and over the following 2 stitches we're going to decrease. Yarn over, insert hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert hook, put up a loop. There's 5 loops, pull through all 5 loops. Okay, so it's a pattern of 2 regular half double crochets and then a half double crochet decrease, and we're going to go ahead and continue doing that until the end of the round. So we reached the end of the round, and we're going to be joining by slip stitching into the top of the first half double crochet, and then we are turning our work to join. At this point, we're going to go ahead and create double crochets into the 3rd loop, and we start by chaining 2 and going around and double crocheting in the 3rd loop of each half double crochet. So I understand that these decreases may seem a little complicated, but in the pattern I also note how many stitches are supposed to remain after each round of decrease. So that way you could keep check and you won't lose your stitch count. So here's a more close-up view of the half double crochet third loop, which we're putting a double crochet into, if that makes sense. So you're going to go ahead and do that all the way around until we meet back at the beginning once more. So we've reached the end of our round, and we're going to again slip stitch to join and then turn our work. So the next round we're going to have the double crochet cluster. We're going to start by chaining 1, single crocheting in that little tiny hole, and then creating our set of double crochets to create the double crochet clusters. So basically you're just going in there until you have 6 loops, and then you're going to go through all 6 loops to create that cluster. So we're just going to continue doing that until we reach the end of the round, and then we'll continue on. So your last stitch for the round will be a single crochet, and then you'll go ahead and join your work by slip stitching into that first single crochet that started the entire round. So as you will notice as you're going up is that you are decreasing. You are decreasing in a beautiful, beautiful way. Look at that nice curve that it's creating, that nice little dome. That, my friends, is why I waited so long to get this right, because I needed that perfect decrease. So for our next round, we're going to be doing some double crochet decreases, and we started our round with a chain 2 double crochet, and then we're doing a double crochet decrease, which you've seen. So regular double crochet, then yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2, 3 loops, pull through all 3. That was a little fast, but like I said in previous rounds I went a little slower, so by this you should have gotten the drift of it. So it's 1 regular double crochet followed by a double crochet decrease, and we ended that round by slip stitching, and now we're going to half double crochet decrease all around. And like I said, you already know how to do that, right? If not, here we go. We're going to pull up a loop again, pull through all 5, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop. Sometimes I forget to pull up another loop, but it's okay. No biggie, right? Just make sure that you are taking up 2 spaces every time you create a stitch, right? That's the point of decreasing. And we're decreasing over 2 stitches. So if you forget a loop, no biggie. It's the very end of the pattern. It's not going to change anything. Okay? And you're going to end with 1 double crochet. Not double crochet, sorry. With 1 half double crochet, which I think I might have done a single crochet there. Who knows? I was getting tired, as I am right now. So we're going to get our tapestry needle, and we're going to thread that bad boy so that we can close up the top. So go ahead and do that, I like to do this method to get it nice and slim and push it through that needle. And then we're just gonna weave that bad boy back and forth until we have the yarn through all parts of the top portion of the hat. And then we're going to turn our work inside out after we pull it to make sure that we run our needle back and forth to make sure that it is secure. I was doing it while it was right side out before, and I find that it just looks neater when you do it as you turn your hat inside out, if that makes sense. No biggie. If you're gonna put a pom-pom on top, it's not really gonna matter. But if you want a hat without a pom, you want that top to look nice and neat and crisp. Okay, so get that top nice and weaved in, and then attach your yarn to that bottom leftover yarn that we left at the beginning, so that you could join that first round of double crochets together, and just try to be, you know, as neat as you can with this portion, but it's no biggie. Just make it tight, and that should be good enough, right? And hide your, you know, your yarn through multiple stitches. You know how this goes. You are intermediates. Alright, so that is the end of this video. This is the 3 to 6 months. And you see that perfect line going all the way up instead of across. That is why we turn our work. And I will do a video going more in depth into that. But for tonight, Mama's tired. Look at this beautiful 3 to 6 month size and the toddler size that will match my daughter. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure that you are subscribed. I am starting back again. I'm ready to put out more patterns. Hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when I post. Sign up for my newsletter so that you will get the pattern straight to your email. And thank you guys so much for watching. Bye. I'm sliding.
Whoa. And then the car eat my boy.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow, it is my boy. Wow. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Wow.
What level climber are you? Are you a beginner, intermediate, or expert?
Excellent.
Expert. Yeah.